My name is Tarina with Beyond Bump Fitness. Today I'm going to take you through a glute and hip stretch, some of my favorite stretches to help alleviate some of that back pain you may be experiencing during pregnancy. So we're going to get into the hips, stretching out the lower body, which will help alleviate some of that tension in the low back. So to begin, we're going to come into a tabletop. Hands are going to be directly underneath the shoulders. Knees are directly underneath the hips. Our toes, our feet can be either tucked or flat here, whatever feels comfortable for you. Our spine is nice and neutral. On the inhale, we're going to drop the belly. Our head goes up, gaze goes up. And then on the exhale, rounding through that spine, tucking that chin to chest. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round, bring that chin to chest. So moving with your own breath here, getting the spine nice and warmed up. Whatever feels good for you. Maybe you hang out in cat for a little bit longer. Maybe you're rounding through that spine a little bit longer. Whatever feels good for your body. I'm going to take 2 more breaths here. All right. So returning into that neutral spine, we're going to take our knees as wide as we need to here for child's pose, making room for baby. We are going to walk those hands out in front of you, bringing our head to the floor. And just reconnecting with your breath here. Nice long inhales. And exhale. Let it go. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here. And on that final exhale, we're going to walk our hands gently out to the right-hand side. So feeling a nice stretch in that left side body. Let's take another breath. On that exhale, we're walking back to center. Another breath here, and then exhale, we're going to walk our hands out gently to the left, stretching out that right side body. So really focusing on your breath, slowing down the breathing. Sending fresh oxygen to those areas of tension. Let's take another 1 breath, and on the exhale, walking your hands to center. We're going to come back up into tabletop. Our knees might be a little bit wider than hip width this time. We're just going to add some movement in here. So rocking back and forth from tabletop into child's pose. This is going to look different for everyone. Just warming up the hips. Okay, your feet might be totally touching together. They might be all the way out to the side. Whatever feels good for your body. Just nice and gentle movements. Take one more inhale and exhale. We are going to come into a seated position. Bring our feet together, going into a butterfly stretch. Sending our knees out, so feeling a nice stretch in the hip here. We want to keep our spine nice and neutral. Neck is in line with the spine. Big inhale, exhale, maybe move a little bit forward. Just want to keep that back nice and straight. So only moving as far as you can go until you feel that nice stretch. Remember, we never want to feel any pain when we're stretching, just moving to that point of tension where it feels good for you. Reconnecting with the breath here, and on the exhale, let's go a little bit deeper if we can. Okay, and on the exhale, we're coming up. We're going to go into a modified pigeon pose here. So we're going to start with our hands behind us. Our knees are going to be a little bit wider than hip width apart. We're making room for that baby there. We're going to start by lifting our right foot onto our left knee. So placing that foot above the knee. Taking a deep breath, sending that right knee down, feeling that stretch in that right side of that hip. So this might be good enough for you here. You can send that knee down on the exhale a little bit deeper. Feeling a really good stretch here in your hip. Let's take another deep breath. And on the exhale, we're going to send that right leg down, switching legs, bringing that left foot above the knee. Getting into that position. Deep breath, sending that left knee down. Feeling that really nice stretch here. This is a great version of pigeon pose, especially going into the third trimester. When your belly gets bigger, it might be uncomfortable going into pigeon. So this is a really great alternative for that. Let's take another 2 breaths. All right, let's bring that left leg down to meet the right. Let's send our legs long down and just shake them out. Okay, let's go into a forward fold. So just touching the toes if you can. Maybe we rest our hands onto our knees or onto the ankles. Getting a nice stretch in the hamstrings and the low back. Try to keep our shoulders down. Exhale, come a little bit deeper if you can. And one more breath here. Okay, we're going to come up to standing. We're going to go into a forward fold. So making room for baby, stepping our feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Big inhale, exhale, lift the arms up and down. Maybe we could just touch our fingertips, maybe we can't touch it all. That's okay, just going to as far as our body allows. Remember, we never want to feel any pain. Okay, let's walk those knees out. So bending one knee at a time. Doing whatever feels right for your body. Maybe you notice that one side is a lot tenser than the other. It's totally normal. Just doing what feels right for you in your body today. All right, let's grab our elbows here. Let our head hang heavy. Keeping a slight bend in those knees. We're just gonna rock from side to side, releasing the tension in that low back. Feeling it in our hamstrings here. Maybe our shoulders as well. Okay, take one more breath. And on the exhale, let's release our hands, coming up one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow, all the way to standing. We're gonna go into a deep squat now. So we're gonna step our feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. This might be a little bit difficult for some, but I do want you to practice this and go as far as your body will allow. We're gonna lower our hips into a squat. We want our elbows to come on the inside of the knees. This is our birthing squat here. So if this is too much for you, we're gonna place our hands on the ground. We're gonna move up. So bringing our hips up and back down. So just moving into this position. Nice and slow. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bring it down. Nice job. So only going as far as our body will allow. All right, let's take one more inhale. Exhale down. Good. Let's come all the way up to standing. I'm going to drop down into a low lunge. So bringing our right foot in front of us, bending at 90 degrees and 90 degrees in the back. Okay, we're gonna put our hands in front of us, shoulder width apart. We're just gonna rock gently back and forth, coming up onto that heel. Okay, so moving forward and backwards. We might need our foot to be a little bit wider here. So going as wide as what feels right for you today. So inhale, exhale, coming up onto that heel, feeling stretch as we go back into that hamstring. Let's do one more on this side. Inhale, bring it up. We're just gonna switch legs. So bringing that right foot on the outside of that right hand and moving through. You might notice you might not have as much mobility on one side than the other. My right side here is always a little bit tight than the left. Inhale, exhale, bring it back. Good. Do a couple more here. Right. One more. Good. And then coming up, putting that right foot back to meet the left. Coming up into a seated position. I'm going to come onto our bottom. Taking a nice side stretch here, so bringing your right hand down to the ground on the inhale, lifting that left arm up and over. breathing into this. And on that exhale, we're gonna switch arms, other side. So just a nice, gentle side stretch here. This is gonna be our last stretch of the day. That is my quick flow I like to move through every day to help prevent those aches and pains. I hope you got some relief from this today. Awesome. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.